Good morning and afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the World Championships of Skytear. I am the commander reporting for duty, joined by my most trusted lieutenant, Zaragol.
Hello there. Herzlich willkommen.
So, we've been waiting for this since the announcement back in July. It is now time for the final showdown. We will determine unequivocally who is the best Skytear player in the world.
That for sure. Can't wait for this to be played here.
So, to give everyone a general idea of what we're going to be doing, today we are going to be working through the first half of the bracket. We're going to be playing 4 rounds of 2-lane and 3 rounds of Ashen Pass. So as we know, the tournament is a double elimination. Winner's bracket is held on the 2-lane map. Loser's bracket is held on the Ashen Pass. So players do have 2 chances before they are out of the tournament. During the day, we're going to be rotating among a number of different teams. We have 6 of us: myself, Zaragol, Shane, Michael, Rafa Nunez, Mattias G, and Enthusium. We will all be rotating in and out to bring you coverage. Some of us will be doing it on the main channel. Some of us will be streaming it to alternative channels. Eventually, we will bring all the game files to this main channel here so that you can rewatch any VODs at your leisure. Of course, we won't be able to cover every game, but we are aiming to cover around 3 games per round to bring you guys as much Skytear content as possible. So please stay with us throughout the day, and also check back later on for the VODs of the games that were not streamed to this specific channel.
Yeah, we hope we can provide as much content as possible from this really exciting tournament that we've waited for so long, and we prepared so much stuff. So yes, yeah, Giacomo is giving us a heart, so looks like everybody can hear us. That's perfect.
Yes.
I'm trying to join the game between Bearcat and Gameslayer.
Yep, that will be our first featured match of the day here. Gameslayer versus Bearcat, UK versus USA. So really, it's Italy versus USA, since we know that UK is the subsidiary of Italy. Gameslayer is actually the only UK player to have made the World Qualifying Tournament. And when I asked about his play style, he described it as, "It takes so much effort to seem so basic." I don't know what that means. I assume it's a British thing.
Oh yeah, I think so. Must be.
Most certainly. Bearcat, of course, we do know, like Gameslayer, is also part of what we will call the Degeneracy Coalition, Team Degenerates. So we do have a DEG versus DEG game here. Bearcat is going to be bringing a team consisting here of Yami, Kumaya, Hogasai, Miyuki, Eckert, and Zakol. We will be talking a little bit about the cards in the decks. We are going to restrict the information somewhat only to the cards of the heroes that the players do end up drafting, just to limit the amount of information, since not every game is being streamed and recorded, in the interest to maintain some level of competitive integrity. So we will go into some details about possible strategies after we see what Bearcat has drafted.
Okay, I would like to change to the TTS game. I'm just trying to change now, and hopefully we can still hear your beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah.
No worries. They're still getting things set up. All right, and Gameslayer has spawned in. Looks like Gameslayer is bringing a mono red squad with the exception of a green Ishitosk. So, not Zaragol, you're not playing. Neither am I.
No, I'm not playing.
You're playing with the volume, but that's not.
Yeah.
So Gameslayer is bringing. This is going great already. It is 10:09. We've been live for 4 minutes, and I'm already butchering my word.
Yeah.
Gameslayer, let's try this a 5th time. Gameslayer is bringing Yami, Hogasai, Akimo, Sakoshi, Ishitosk, and the new hero Kumaya. So possibility that we will see a double Kumaya game from our gentlemen. And we have flipped the victory conditions: Invasion, Obstinacy, and the Tamer. I'm just going to go ahead and let them know
Yeah.
they can start whenever, as we are already live and in action, so we don't need to jump into another booth or wait for anything to go around. Do you have the? Oh yeah, because you're gray, so yeah, you do have the stream overlay.
Yeah, I just have it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just optimizing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe here as the victory conditions are shown.
Yep.
However.
Okay. And looking through the flip there, we did see the coin toss. A Game Slayer did win the coin toss, so he's considering right now whether he wants first or second, it seems.
Yeah, coin toss is one of my favorite English words.
Yes.
Hello, Bon.
Bon! Oh, goodbye, Bon.
Goodbye, Bon.
Apparently he doesn't like us.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Nope,
And
he's
the
back.
next one.
Nope, still not. Are we in the wrong table? Is that the case?
Nope.
No, we're in the right booth. Okay, yep, we're in streamer booth. Okay, they probably just saw number one and then jumped down to that place.
So yeah, I wanted to say that coin toss is one of my favorite word combination, as I always pronounce it wrongly. And I did so once in a stream that I had with Ryan or Kirito.
Oops.
It was very funny for him, I think, and maybe for all the listeners and watchers. But yeah. Okay. So what are we seeing here is that who won the coin toss? I missed that one.
Game Slayer is getting the decision for whether he wants to go first or second, and it looks like he's opting to go first.
Yeah.
So therefore, we will see Bearcat bringing his outsider, the OG. That is unfortunate because I put the Silent Ambassador as my outsider for the fantasy drafts. Which, by the way, speaking of fantasy drafts, Zeragul, why don't you tell the lovely folks at home about the fantasy contest that we have going on?
Yeah, there's a fantasy draft system running in the background with the tournament that you had to sign up for about 30 minutes ago.
Yep.
So no chance to jump in there right now. But if you had done so, then you had the chance to choose some of the cards that are going to be played. Hopefully the most, some of the heroes, and the players, of course, that you're hopefully wanting to win, maybe.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to jump around in the document to understand and see what people have been voting for, as I could give you some kind of first look.
Do you have the metadata?
Yeah, I've got some metadata. So, who do you think is the most chosen hero for fantasy?
The answer to that is easily Freyhill. I don't even need to look at the data for that one.
And that's absolutely correct. So Freyhill, it seems to be that Freyhill will be the hero that everybody is expecting to be the most picked or most used hero. And yeah, second place. Oh, that's that's your favorite hero.
I know, yummy. Oh yes.
Yeah.
And then third place actually was pretty interesting.
Third place. Let's see. This is
should be accurate. At least it was when I checked it last night. Yep.
Yeah, 24%. So yeah, it's accurate. Accurate is on third place. Okay, so we see 3 specialists being the most picked heroes.
Indeed, and they're picked just because of their versatility and just all-around general usefulness.
Yeah.
But enough about the Fantasy League. We'll talk a little bit more about that later when we have downtime, because the draft has finished. We do see that Bearcat is gone with Hokusai, Kumaya, Yami, Miyuki, and Game Slayer, Kumaya, Akimo, Yami, Hokusai. So this is going to be an all-melee free-for-all except for Miyuki. So I expect lots of violence, especially with Obstinacy and Tamer being on the line here. So if we take a quick rundown here, looking at Bearcat's deck, thanks to, who do we have here? Yami on the field. We have some Psychic Shield, some Time Glitch, some Unstoppable coming out. Miyuki is going to end up bringing Provoke the Beast, Shatter Mind, Decree of Kurumo. Kumaya will bring Shatter Mind, Barring the Way, and Quick Shot. And Hokusai will be bringing Doom, Release the Spirits, and everybody's personal favorite card, Rampant Hatred.
You only say that because you wanted to pick that.
Believe me, I wanted to do Rampant Hatred.
Yeah. I can't wait to start.
Yes. Oh, also good. Excellent. Giacomo also just gave us the deck list for all the people, so we can pull up Game Slayers here. And Game Slayer's deck includes, as he gets ready to do his first move here with Kumaya, Kumaya is going to bring Barring the Way, Nightmare Incarnate, and Wind Blast. Akimo brings Psychic Shield, Doom, Release the Spirits, and Unstoppable. Yami brings Skytear, Discharge, Psychic Shield, Quick Shot, Rampant Hatred, Unstoppable. And Hokusai brings Skytear, Discharge, Psychic Shield, Clear Mind, Rampant Hatred. So, let's get into it. So, Game Slayer going to assert dominance here. Interestingly enough, with this team, Kumaya, one of the new heroes, is not going to be able to make use of her cross-faction ability, since Game Slayer has no ability to summon a illusion. Same thing goes for Bearcat. But I think that players have realized that even without her smokescreen ability, Kumaya is the only warrior of the red faction and still does enough other things that she's worth picking even in a yellow list team. Meanwhile, Bearcat going to not immediately respond to Game Slayer's dome aggression. Going to go instead over for lane number 1 there, killing a minion off, and then I assume leading from the deck or from the hand, one of those two, due to the fact that, you can't really do too much else. I guess you could skirmish into a bush if you so chose.
Yeah, but not really needed.
Okay.
So what do you think is going to be each player's target?
In terms of objectives, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Given that both players have Provoke the Beast in their deck, I'm sorry, no, Game Slayer actually doesn't have Provoke the Beast. I lied. I think that Tamer is a likely call for Bearcat, just because we have the Outsider, 3+ a flip, and Bearcat is playing some Provoke the Beast here. For Game Slayer likes killing, so he might go for Obstinacy or Tamer because he has a chemo. It might be the case that he just sends a chemo and tries to gun Miyuki down twice. Miyuki does have a little bit less HP. She does have an armor, obviously, but if she is marked and she is within Hokusai's line of sight, then Akimo can deal 5+ a flip to an armorless target, and that's gonna hurt.
For sure. Oh man.
All right, well, Yami is on the loose. So Yami, usually picked because of fast, but isn't going to go ahead and fast. Yami is going to go ahead and move skirmish. Interestingly enough, that had he done this, never mind, he can't do that anyways. So we're going to go ahead and declare an attack against the minion. Looks like we are going to semi-match Miyuki, as she did lead from the hand here. There's a Rampant Hatred out from Game Slayer, so we won't be seeing that next turn immediately anyways. And then ends right there. So Miyuki does have a slight lead in lane 1, as she has led from the hand, so presumably a 3 in that spot. Bearcat may try to set up for... Well, I don't think he'll play for Invasion. His deck has a lot of 1 cards, as I mentioned, whenever we did the recap. And so I don't think he wants to lead a whole bunch for an invasion play, but we'll see what he comes up with as we move on. Maybe I'm wrong. It looks like Yami is going to go over and assist Miyuki, as she can move, skirmish, and then attack that final minion. Or we can also worship. That's also a point too. We can instead worship, dealing a little bit of light damage and getting red Yami marked. So this will do 1 plus the flip here. 2 damage. Okay, not bad. So red Yami down to 16 HP. Again, by the way, just as a quick point of interest here, Game Slayer's heroes are on the left side of the screen, and Bearcats are on the right side. And for some reason, Yami's HP isn't showing up. There we go. Now
they had some other HP tokens still there, not from the heroes that are on the board.
All right, and instead of killing the minion, Blue Yami will in fact attack Red Yami, flipping the Hokusai ultimate. So good time to see that ultimate flip there. +3 on the attack, does 5 less the armor, brings Red Yami down to 12.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Red Yami is actually taking a beating. This is a little bit of aggression that I was not expecting to see.
Yeah. While talking about expecting, what is the chat expecting or thinking about which victory condition is going to be the one deciding the game here? What do you think, people? Please let us know about your thoughts on the game. Share it with the others. We're very curious.
We have the legendary man Smios himself sitting in the chat, enjoying the buy that he has worked hard to win. And so therefore we are curious to probe his knowledge, since he is able to relax for the first round or two. Actually, I think he gets double buy, so he gets to relax for the first 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, Smios, we will ask that you bestow upon us your infinite Skytear wisdom.
I couldn't have said it better. For
Wait,
sure.
Wait
I couldn't.
Wait until you see the intro that I have whipped up for this week's Outsiders Only.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. Smears actually will enter the finals here in round 3. So he managed to get 2 buys. And it looks like he's the only person who managed to do that. So yeah, hats off.
Indeed. All right. Meanwhile, so Clinton has chimed in. Clinton believes that obstinacy will be the play. And Game Slayer is advancing Hokusai into the battlefield here now, going for the kneel before me on the flip. That's where you don't want to see those ultimates on the minion kill flip there. So would have been a little bit more useful to have flipped that against Blue Yami or Miyuki had a worship action been triggered. But in this scenario here, looks like Hokusai wants to get that minion off because Game Slayer knows he's about to lose the lane due to the fact that neither of his heroes have led, and so wants to mitigate the potential losses. Assuming, again, of course, that Miyuki did lead with a 3. That is generally the assumption whenever you lead from the hand, that it's a 3. But, of course, Bearcat could be bluffing. It might end up being a 1-mana card, which means that it would end up being a tie in lane 1. We'll have to see.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 3 heroes down, so that leaves Akimo. So what will Akimo do? I'm interested to see if Bearcat goes and tries to contest the dome here. Because if he does, then there's just a strong possibility that Akimo charges in and starts hacking away at whomever did that. Even if it's Hokusai, like Akimo can still do 5+ double flip if Hokusai has been marked.
Absolutely.
Also, I just realized something. I had picked Smios as part of my fantasy draft, but Smios isn't going to play for the first 2 rounds, so I'm losing out on points here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Me too.
This is working against me now. I just realized that this might not have been the 500 IQ play that I thought it was.
Just losing 2 players, let's say, as I was going with Smios and Ashun, and
that is true. Yes.
Yeah, and he had to forfeit the tournament.
Yep. Unfortunately, some personal things came up, and Ashun did have to drop, which is unfortunate. I would have loved to have been able to watch Ashun play another high. I mean, to be fair, saying high level and worlds competitor is kind of redundant because everyone who is in this tournament has proved themselves in 1 or more tournaments that they deserve to be here. So this is a situation where certainly we do have some power rankings, but everyone has earned their right to be here nevertheless.
Of course, absolutely. And yeah, we wish Ashun all the best. That it's nothing very grave, serious. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And yeah, Smears is talking about being a little guy with a big luck. Yeah, of
See,
course, Smears.
there's only so many times that you can get lucky before it has to be classified as skill. That's how that is. All right. Meanwhile, back to the game here. It looks like we are going to see that dome challenge here. So Bearcat does realize that if he wants to make a play here, Hokusai is the better option because Hokusai has 2 armor, and Akimo is definitely going to come in, move, skirmish, attack anyone who challenges the dome here. So with that being the case here, Hokusai going to position himself down there. So Game Slayer can send Akimo into the dome, and then Bearcat can send Kumaya into the dome as well, forcing a draw in lane 3, and whatever happens in lane 3, in dome, control zone number 3. And then whatever happens in lane 1 will be dependent on Miyuki's lead. Of course, that does also open Akimo up to a counterattack from Kumaya as well. Kumaya doesn't need to lead, so she can simply make her way into the dome there. Well, interestingly enough, with how Game Slayer positions, he can, if he brings Akimo to the left of Hokusai, he will make it so that... Oh, no, she can just move around. Never mind, that's still 3.
Yeah.
Never mind. I can't count. And counting in Skytear is a very important skill to have.
Mm-hmm.
Math is critical.
Yeah, that's why we both don't participate in the finals.
Yes. That's why I'm sitting here in the booth. Low pressure. I was reading the degeneracy chat last night at about 12 p.m. or so, or 12 a.m. my time, about 5 or 6 in Europe. And Game Slayer, Bearcat, and a couple of the others were all like, I can't sleep. I'm too nervous for tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, hey, I'm great. I have 0 pressure tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just sitting here and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are just being entertained, let's say.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're also being entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I hope as well.
All right, so Akimo is going in. Interesting. Okay, so Akimo is actually not going to go and attack Hokusai in this situation. Is Game Slayer just going to go ahead and yield the dome?
What is he aiming for?
I don't know, because from this point, when you mark a hero with Akimo, you can move 1 tile towards them, but he's already moved and skirmished, so that doesn't seem to be very effective, unless he wants to bring Akimo into lane 1 to just really minimize the amount of push, or he thinks that Bearcat is bluffing with a 1 mana, and he wants to try and win with a 4-3 lead in lane 1.
Ooh. But that's the 500 IQ play.
Why would you... Oh, or did he bluff with Kumaya?
Ooh.
Because he just led with Akimo, so there's literally no reason to do that if Kumaya isn't holding a 3.
The question is, why do you move up there?
So the reason that you move there is that...
Okay. Too obvious.
You're in position to go against Miyuki at the start of round 2. That is the only thing I can think of. Because now you can reach Miyuki with a skirmish action. That would be my guess. Otherwise, and Hokusai is going to play a Skytear Discharge. Okay. So, Skytear Discharge, first power card of Worlds. And also, incidentally, one of the ones that was banned from the fantasy draft because we knew that everyone was going to run it. Go ahead.
Okay, just a question. Or I've noticed that obviously the stack doesn't work.
Yes. The stack tracker does not show that. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Oh, well.
But
that's okay.
You just keep an eye. Yeah, you just keep an eye on it.
Yep. All right. So Skytear Discharge. When a hero crosses a white line, deal 2 damage plus a flip. We saw +2 on the flip there, so that is 3 damage. As Kumaya has 1 armor, brings her down to... Wait a minute. How's she down to 14?
2 + 2.
Yeah, but Kumaya has 1 armor, so it should be 3 damage.
Yeah.
Did I miss something here? Oh, no, she only has 17 HP. That's how. Whoops.
Yep.
That's what I missed. I thought she had 18 hit points. Okay, never mind. That's correct then. Okay, all's good. See, when you have new heroes, that happens. Meanwhile, we did see Kamaya go for the skirmish and the attack against Akimo. So unlike Kamaya, Akimo has 0 armor. So we did see the flips there, dealing a total of 5 damage, which brings Akimo down to 13. And so now we're going to see what we have. Okay, so why did you lead from the deck? That
okay.
makes no sense.
Okay. Now I know what maybe didn't work out. So I think they missed to click the auto stack to check the auto stack box.
Oh yeah. You have to. Oh, that's right. You have to
Yeah.
automatically. Okay.
Should be something that we post on the Worlds channel, maybe. Let's see.
Probably.
I'm going to just typing something. Just a second.
No problem. All right. Well, unfortunately, so we saw there that was a pretty quick round resolution there for the minion phase. We did see Bearcat won by 2, so Game Slayer's minion was killed off. Token advances 2 against Game Slayer to its current position. Round lane number 2 was a draw there, and in Dome we had a tie 5-5 each, so no outsider spawn. Unfortunate, which means we won't get to see any Provoke the Beast this round either. And we're going to move on. However, obstinacy is a possibility as we do move into round 2. Game Slayer does have the flux. We did see that he did pop 1 Rampant Hatred. Oh, excuse me. 1 Rampant Hatred as a flip, but he does have 6 cards in hand, which means very likely that he may have. Excuse me. Goodness, I have a case of hiccups there. Pardon me. It is very likely that he has a Rampant Hatred, which means it might be time for Akimo to go and start dealing damage, or of course Hogasai as well. Now, important thing to remember is that Bearcat is bringing a red squad, which means that every single one of his players can cast Doom, which is the antithesis of the round 2 Rampant Hatred. Also, I see that Clinton has reassured me that my drafting Smiaz has not completely crippled me, as the first couple rounds of the fantasy are only worth a couple points. So it looks like we are going to do tiered scaling as the rounds go on. The rounds are worth more, similar to Skytear, which of course the players did not move the tracker to round 2. But as the rounds go up more and more, the heroes get more and more powerful as they get more and more mana. So Game Slayer deciding. So Zergo, what do you think about the board state here? Anyone having a clear advantage or good board position in your opinion right now for the state of the game?
So we didn't see too much blood until now, I think. There's a little advantage on Bearcat's side, advancing one of the control tokens to a tower, which just gives a little pressure onto Game Slayer's tower, or maybe if you could move onto the other side and win the token number 2 with a big difference, then you're going to win by invasion. So it's always a good idea to, let's say, have different victory conditions in the background running at the same time.
Yep.
So maybe he could be setting up something like invasion and trying. I don't know if he's really trying to get a win by obstinacy. I don't know. There's just too less blood in the game until now.
Aha, okay, so Clinton has kindly sent me the fantasy score breakdown. So while the players are taking a moment, we'll go ahead and break this down. So if I'm reading this correctly, in this situation here, it looks like in the first round, for every correctly selected hero, you get 2 points. Every selected card, you get 1 point. Every selected player is 4 points. And the outsider is 1 point. In 2-lane round number 2, 3 for the hero, 1 for the card, 8 for the player, 1 for the outsider. So, okay. In 2-lane round number 3, 5 points for the hero, 2 points for the card, 16 points for the player, 4 points for the outsider. I'm sorry, 2 points for the outsider. In 2-lane round number 4, 10 points for the hero, 4 points for the cards, 32 points for the players, and 4 points for the outsiders. And then finally, in 2-lane round number 5, 21 points for the heroes, 7 for the cards, and 64 points for the players, and 7 points for the outsiders. So it does scale up. And then, of course, there is also Ashen Pass in there as well. But Ashen Pass works a little bit, basically a couple rounds behind 2-lane as well. But there are a lot of points available throughout the tournament. And of course, remember that the grand prize is that you will get a personal concert played for you at the Skytear 2021 tournament by the Neri brothers if you have the most fantasy points. I have absolutely no confirmation that that's true. Please do not take that as a binding agreement. Don't hate me. All right, we're back into the action so I can stop BSing and rambling. Yami has decided to activate. Gameslayer realizes that Yami is very much in danger here. She did take 6 points of damage in round 1. Round 2, Bearcat might just go after her a little bit more.
No, but she's advancing.
Oh, and she's coming right back. With the worship action against Blue Yami here. So Blue Yami is now marked. There's the second Rampant Hatred from Gameslayer. So 1 damage to Yami. Brings her to 17, but she is now without armor as Hokusai is within her line of sight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because after, once the mark applies, then the damage applies. So actually, that does deal 2 damage total to her. So she's actually down to 16 HP as a result.
Yep, they resolved it.
Yep. That does make her a fairly juicy target now for an Akimo attack. Now, Gameslayer does not have any frenzy-inducing cards on this particular deck, but he does have a couple Clear Minds, as we mentioned, and is able to do some possible damage here with an Akimo attack.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to activate Akimo first to get into... Okay.
Uh-oh.
And if Miyuki is going to mark, for example, Akimo,
Yep, there it is. There is 0% chance this wasn't going to happen.
And the hand is over Akimo, so for sure he's going to... Yeah, there it goes.
Now, Now, unfortunately, worship onto Akimo. Now, unfortunately for Bearcat, as I mentioned earlier, Gameslayer is packing Clear Minds. So if he's holding one of those cards, this is not going to cause any problems. You can simply skirmish next to Miyuki with Akimo if you cleanse the mark there. Or you could cleanse the slow as well and just deal 4 damage to Yami, also an option. But I think with Gameslayer's deck, you don't want to do that. Of course, Gameslayer also might just opt to use a double Clear Mind, removing both the slow and the mark from Akimo, and then just wail on Yami. We'll have to see what happens there. And his final action is Miyuki. I assume he'll probably lead or attack a minion.
Okay.
So it looks like Gameslayer might have to defend himself from the 4th victory condition, Nexus Breach. It may just be the case that Bearcat says, you know what? Let's just go for a good old-fashioned Nexus Breach. Skytear is based off of MOBA gameplay, and of course, the only way to win a MOBA game is to destroy the enemy Nexus. And Bearcat might just be feeling a Nexus destruction to start off the World Championship.
Why not?
Kill any heroes that get in my way, but we're targeting that Nexus. So, okay, we do see the attack action. +1. Nope, the attack is indeed against Yami. All right, so we are going to continue to beat down Yami here. Brings Yami down to 10 HP. As a result, so let's see what Gameslayer does as a response. Akimo is marked and slowed, but Hokusai is going to activate. All right, so perhaps he's going to use Hokusai to mark Miyuki. That way that we can... Okay, so Hokusai did worship, and yep, we're going to mark Miyuki. That way Akimo can skirmish. I do expect then to see the Clear Mind play to cleanse the mark, skirmish to get next to Miyuki, and then proceed to wail on her, especially as Miyuki is now down to 13 HP after the worship action.
Yeah.
Next, we see an attack action.
would make really sense if you want to set up something like a tamer or obstinacy win. So you really need to
Mhm.
deal damage,
Yep.
but in this case you need to prepare something to set up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think in this case he might be more likely to lean towards obstinacy. Miyuki is going to play Decree of Kurumo, one of the new cards. All right,
Hmm.
so Decree of Kurumo allows you to mark one of the targets of your choice. So in this case, we're going to mark Hokusai, which means that Hokusai is going to deal a whopping 1 damage to Miyuki. Because Miyuki, as we mentioned, reduces the attack of marked heroes within 3 by 1 and prevents them from flipping cards. Hokusai has 2 attack, which means that he does a measly 1 damage. And finishes off with a lead from the hand. So we'll see what that turns out to be at the end of the round.
Hmm. Yeah, you really have to defend your tower.
Yes. Because with Miyuki having already activated, if Gameslayer does kill her and is going for the obstinacy play here, that's going to, which it looks like he is, as 2 heroes have already activated outside of the dome, and based on how he used that Hokusai worship on Miyuki as opposed to Kamaya, seems like Akimo is going to leave the dome as well. Tamer is looking less and less likely, and Miyuki won't respawn until at a minimum turn 4 here, if you kill her in round 2 or in round 3. And so he does need to make sure to prevent the Nexus destruction before he's able to achieve that obstinacy victory condition.
I mean, you get a bit of both if you kill Miyuki now. So you really can take a point back. I mean, she's only worth 1 point for the control token there, as she didn't lead from deck or hand or something.
Indeed.
So, yeah. Oh, there's what's happening there.
Kumaya
There's
is activating.
Okay. Ah, yeah.
Worship action against Akimo, and then Kumaya's attack, worship damage then allows her to deal 2 damage kind of in a Y shape. I'm sorry, 1 plus the flip damage in a Y shape to 2 heroes. So Akimo then takes a little bit more damage. Akimo also down to 10 HP as well now. With an attack action here, Akimo is actually going to be within kill range once Hokusai activates.
Absolutely. And Burkett worshipped and marked the enemy Kumaya. So Gameslayer's Kumaya has been marked.
Yes.
Which could also be interesting if you would move Kumaya
Oh! +3 on the flip there brings Gameslayer's Akimo down to 4. So now we're going to skirmish action. Oh dear.
Is this going to be?
Oh dear.
No. Okay. Oh, and Miyuki's ultimate.
Wow. Well, okay.
Whew.
This is what we refer to as a yikes. Because literally anything that Bearcat does now is going to kill Gameslayer's Akimo. Gameslayer, I don't think has lifesteal. Which he desperately needs right now. Let me see here. Yep, there is no lifesteal, which means that Akimo is 100% dead by the end of this round. Whether Bearcat leaves Akimo alive for now in order to kill him with the Tamer or just outright removes him from the board, we'll see. But Akimo is not having a good day. And this is one of the reasons I think that we don't see Akimo a whole lot is he can do a whole lot of damage, but he goes down so quickly. He is the biggest definition of a Skytear glass cannon. And I realize that the other assassins have similar stats of 18 health and 0 armor, but it just seems like people focus him down so much more because the other assassins, like Shalavi, often have 1 armor because she's shapeshifted with Brovar in range, so she's a little bit more durable.
Okay, so chat, please let us know how Akimo is going to die. I want to know. I have an idea, a proposal maybe, but I want you to be more active, please, and let us know what you're thinking about Akimo's death.
Yes, as I said, we have 23 people watching right now. Like, I can't remember. I think the only other time I've seen us have this high of concurrent viewership was during the Endless Sun giveaway.
Oh yeah, that
and release stream. So
yeah, that was
we have a lot of viewership right now.
okay. Game says Akimo is activating and
Yep.
declaring a skirmish.
Yeah. I mean, Akimo at this point has to go before he dies. All right. So we do see 1 damage there. Of course, Miyuki's banning the flips ability works only on the attack action, so the skirmish still does flip 1 damage there. Game Slayer doing some math here, which means he declares an attack action, and there's the Clear Mind. Bingo. So Clear Mind gives you a +1 attack, and you may remove a condition as well. So we're going to remove that mark, which means that Akimo now actually does 6 damage because Miyuki is marked. Akimo does +1 on the flip, and oh, another decree of Kurumo. So we already know what that card does. So Akimo just gets remarked. So Akimo in this case does deal 5 damage to Miyuki. That's going to bring her down to 7 HP, as Game Slayer unfortunately does not have another Clear Mind to cleanse that effect. So overall, Akimo had 6 damage. Miyuki was marked, so +1 from Akimo, +1 from the Clear Mind card. -1 then because Miyuki remarked him with Decree of Kurumo. And so as a result, net of 5 damage brings Miyuki down to 7 HP.
Crazy. Really crazy.
Also, to answer your question, Clinton has a very bold prediction there. We're going to kill Akimo with Skytear Discharge. Given that Akimo is 2 hexes away, that would involve some impressive movement.
Yeah. I think he was writing this before Akimo really resolved the skirmish.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, what are the others thinking?
I'm personally just imagining that he's going to worship. That way, Yami can then just skirmish right into the dome. And get control of the OG, and then Bearcat can just use the OG to continue to punish Game Slayer.
Yeah, but maybe you want to move to let Yami move through the minions through one of the minion first.
That's true. That's true. Actually, you know what? That's true. If you move through the minion and then skirmish against Akimo into the dome, and then you're free to attack Kamaya. That's actually not a bad idea either. That's actually a better idea. As Eric likes to say, it's about being action efficient, and that would certainly be action efficient. So doing some quick maths here ends the round. Everyone, please get your final words in for Akimo. May he rest in pieces.
Yeah. How is he going to die? Yeah, is he going to die through Yami or through...
Yes, he is!
Yes, he is. Okay.
Yami is coming with a vengeance. So Blue Yami goes. Okay, so Blue Yami actually not going to run through the minions. Interesting. So she's going to go with my idea, which is less effective. But this also does guarantee the kill, to be fair. So 1+. So in this case, then I suspect that perhaps Yami will then move through the minions and then attack the last minion. And that will just clear out all of the minions for Game Slayer, and thus leave the tower open to potential destruction.
I mean, you could have done so as well with a move, attack, and a skirmish afterwards, and kill Akimo's last option.
You could, except here I think, don't want to see those ultimates on the flip there. What I think is going to do, though, Bearcat might do here, didn't he already lead with someone in this? Oh, no, that was Game Slayer that led. I bet you he has a quick shot. I bet you that the reason that he didn't finish that minion just because he wants to make Game Slayer think about it, but I bet you he has quick shot to kill that minion at the end of round.
And it's a lead from hand.
Yes.
Ooh, that hurts.
It does. So he's going to match Game Slayer's lead from hand. So assuming that each of them do end up finishing the round, actually not too bad here. Game Slayer will only lose the lane by a point or 2 here, assuming that Yami does have a quick shot in hand here for Bearcat. So we'll take some tower damage, but the tower itself won't actually explode.
Yeah, but the token could move forward, and for example, Bearcat just needed to move his Hogusai into lane number 2. Put a lead down from hand. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, lead down from hand and win by 3, so you move up. and you win by invasion.
Yep.
Okay, this option is
Okay.
actually on the table.
Well, with Kamaya moving over there,
Okay,
that
this
yeah,
would be okay. It would be
a draw.
a
As
draw.
long as yeah, as long as um, actually, this might even go in Game Slayer's favor here if Miyuki dies.
Okay.
Okay. There's the attack action because remember, Miyuki is marked, so all this damage goes through. That's a dead Miyuki, isn't it?
No, no, no.
Oh, no. She's
Komaya
because
is
Kamaya
marked.
herself is marked. Yep. That's right. But Yami
Nightmares?
will fix that. Nightmares Incarnate. So Nightmares Incarnate, a very straightforward card there. Nightmares Incarnate just simply deals 2 damage, 3 damage to the target enemy. Miyuki does not have armor, so that should be 3 damage. Dead Miyuki. Unless Bearcat has a response to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe?
Looks like he's thinking.
Nope. Looks like we're moving Miyuki to the death chamber. He just peeled off both the decrees of Kurumo's and removed her from the field. All right, so each player now has somebody on the obstinacy token. It is also now the case where Game Slayer cannot lose to invasion here, as he has all 3 heroes plus a minion. So even if he kills off the minion, assuming that he did lead with a 3 from his Hokusai, of course.
Yeah. He's going
if
to win by 1
Hokusai,
at least, or 2.
Yes.
So what is Hokusai going to do? Is he going to move in the other lane and just push for the tower, as we maybe proposed, or are you going to win the outsider and try to do something with the outsider?
I think you win the outsider here. Red Yami is not marked, so that does kind of hamper the damage a little bit. But I think you still want to soften them up just because dead heroes can't lead, they can't attack, they can't do anything really except sit there on the sidelines. So I think you get the outsider, you spawn it, and then you just try to start dealing damage to Yami. Well, actually, now that I think about it, Yami might not be marked, but if you force Hokusai to take... Oh, wait, that's Game Slayer's Hokusai. Never mind. So, yeah, you can't position it such that you win the dome and get Hokusai to take a worship action against Red Yami. That's unfortunate.
Okay, the overlay actually isn't showing up the lead from hand anymore.
Yes,
I don't know why.
I saw that.
Okay.
Yep, I tried clicking the refresh and it's not happened.
But who led from hand? I think it was Game Slayer's Hokusai.
Game Slayer's Hokusai and Yami for Bearcat. Both of them have leads from hand. Yes.
Okay. So we have different nations being here watching the stream. I assume there's some people from Italy as well, besides Smios, of course. We had some hello from Brazil and from Portugal as well, and all, of course, people from the USA watching. So this is always nice to see that so many people from so many different nations are watching the game and enjoying the game.
Yep. And also that despite the pandemic ravaging the world, we have still managed to come together battling separation, bad internet connections, and worst of all, time zones in order to have this tournament. Which, speaking of, with a... Oh, hold up. We'll hold that thought for just a second. So Blue Hokusai is going to go ahead and activate here. We do see a worship action there, dealing a little bit of light damage from the worship there onto Red Kumaya, +2 on the flip there. And then we're going to skirmish. So go out, damage Kumaya with the skirmish. 3 on the skirmish. Bearcat nailing all the +3s at the essential times there. And then skirmishing back into the dome in order to finish things off. Now, Red Kumaya responds with a Nightmares Incarnate. Interesting, at the end of turn.
A quick shot from Yami, as he proposed.
Yep. Okay. So
Okay.
Nightmares Incarnate is going to come down, dealing 3 damage to Blue Kumaya, as she is marked again, so she has no armor.
Oh, hello, Ricardo. Nice that you joined.
Uh-huh.
Is that Ashen?
Also, at this,
no.
but at this time, we would like to congratulate the first won game of the World's 2020 Championship. Timbun versus Fuchs took place, and Timbun won with Onslaught on turn 2. The outsider of choice was the Dark Vigilante. Fuchs had brought Kumaya, Shadris, Cytheru, and Habrat. Timbun had brought Zikol, Yami, Nelaklin, and Hogasai.
Okay, there goes the outsider.
Yep.
For Bearcat.
Meanwhile, we do see. All right, so with this, interestingly enough, Bearcat could have Hogasai take a worship action, and then blast Kumaya with another purifying flame, and then just wail on her, and potentially deal a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah, or use Yami. There was a proposal as well.
That is also
Yami's
true.
worship.
Yep.
Against Games. Yes, against Game Slayer's Yami. Yeah.
Yes, that is also true as well. I don't think it's as likely to go against Yami, just due to the fact that Hogasai is, well, I guess to be fair, Hogasai can't see Kumaya either, so the armor reduction doesn't apply. So that's actually possible. It could be against Yami, and we'll see. But I think that one of Game Slayer's heroes is about to get wailed on. All right, so first up, we do see, looks like an attack action.
I don't know.
Attack action based on how much damage she took, because she just took 4 damage. Mm-hmm. So that would be from a +2 flip. So that was 5 minus the armor, because again, Hogasai is not within line of sight of Red Yami. Also, more importantly, Red Yami is not marked.
He's out of action points. Yeah. Okay,
did not
there
clear
goes the worship. Yeah.
Yep. Divine Conduit allows you to get a target friendly hero to take a worship action. So Yami is going to do 2 plus the flip there, 2 more damage to Yami. Red Yami takes from Blue Yami. This is going to be unbelievably confusing.
Yeah.
And so the final action, will Bearcat draw a card? Probably not. He has 4 cards in hand right now. That would force him to have to discard. So I assume you'll probably just use Shockwave. Yep, there we go. Shockwave, 2 piercing damage, brings Red Yami down to 2 HP. She's dead next round. And the push to knock her back. So Game Slayer is going to have 2 heroes in round numero tres. Oh, baby. All right, so we're in round 3.
Yeah, we are, but as always, okay, Game Slayer. Thanks for listening, Game Slayer.
Wait, Game Slayer's listening? What?
I don't know. But he just, as we mentioned the round, he moved the round token.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. At least.
Zeragol.
Yeah, I'm still alive. Sorry.
What round is it?
3.
And what hero do both players currently have alive? That starts with a K.
Kumaya.
Indeed. Which means it's time to send people to the Void Palace. Somebody better have her alt. We have not seen her alt flipped unless I wasn't paying attention, which to be fair is totally possible. But I fully expect that somebody is about to be dragged into the alternate battle realm, which is definitely not reminiscent of somebody else's alt from League of Legends. It is way cooler than that. Into the Void Palace, somebody show it to me.
Yeah, but you nearly had me saying Kinui.
I hate you. I expected better.
I was really thinking about that like 5 to 7 seconds.
I would never have ever given her more attention than she gets. All right. Hey, neither of them have Into the Void Palace in their discards. There are 6 cards in hand for each player. Game Slayer has 7 cards left in the deck, and Bearcat has 4, which means statistically, somebody's got a 50-50. We've got a 50-50 shot that somebody's got a Void Palace.
Yeah.
Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
And we know we are really great in math, so people please trust us. We are going to see a Void Palace this round.
That is correct. It's a 50-50 shot. Either we see it or we don't. I realize that all the statisticians just died a little bit inside and probably hate me now. That's okay. Don't worry. I teach stats myself. I am fully aware that what I said is not actually true. It is a weighted probability. Please don't at me in the chat. All right. So,
what are we
GameSlayer
going?
needs to think about this.
Yeah, what are we going to see now? What is GameSlayer going to do?
So GameSlayer has the problem of his Yami is about to die. That's just the unfortunate scenario here. So with 3 mana, I know that Kneel Before Me has already been played for GameSlayer from a flip.
Mm-hmm.
I also haven't seen Provoke the Beast from GameSlayer. And, that's unfortunate because these 4 heroes doesn't give him Provoke the Beast. Well, never mind. Forget that train of thought. I thought I saw him bring Provoke the Beast. He does not have Provoke the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
So never mind. That entire train of thought is worthless. What can GameSlayer do? Well,
difficult.
Yeah, honestly, I would say he activates his Kamaya and drags Yami to the Void Palace. I'm not sure. I mean, the problem is he can't see Yami right now, so he would have to use a move action because he's needs to get in line of sight of her. So maybe, and I guess you could just Void Palace the other Kamaya. I don't know. GameSlayer is kind of in a rough spot here. He took a lot of damage early on with the Akimo, and now Bearcat's just kind of going to stagger him for the rest of the game, I think. He needs a big play here. If he has Rampant Hatred from Hokusai could do some damage to Kamaya. As Bearcat's Kamaya is marked, so Rampant Hatred would deal the full damage to her.
Absolutely.
We have seen 2 Rampant Hatred. Yeah, we have seen Rampant Hatred ×2 discarded, so it is a possibility that he has the 3rd in hand. Again, of course, he either... Oh, no, never mind. He snuck the 3rd one in behind me. So there is no Rampant Hatred possibility. That is a tragedy. He could Supernova, though, with Hokusai. Supernova does 4 damage to everybody within 2 hexes, piercing damage to marked heroes, so could use that to do a lot of damage. If he has Supernova, he could kill Kamaya. Miyuki is not on the field, which means she can't screw with GameSlayer's damage output anymore.
Looks like he's going to activate Yami.
Okay, I think he just wants to get Yami's activation out of the way because he knows that she's dead. Because, again, similar to the Akima situation, pretty much anything kills her. So we'll see what she's going to do. Let's see. Does Bearcat have anything? Nope, and nope. Okay, yeah. So there's nothing that GameSlayer needs to worry about being killed by. We did see the Kneel Before Me flipped already, so it's not like Yami can reaction kill him. So we do see there the worship action against Kamaya. Nope. Withdrawing that plan. Needs to think about this. Is he going to worship the outside? No, you're not within range 3 of the outsider. Can't do that.
Worship.
I mean, you can obviously, because you don't need line of sight to worship here, you could hit either Kumaya or Yami with it.
Yeah.
I just, I feel like you may want to dogpile the damage on Kamaya because you're going to be down to 2 heroes. You want to try and equalize the hero count. So, okay. So Hokusai plays Release the Spirits. So this is actually going to be interesting here. So Release the Spirits removes any conditions from every hero hit. It hits in a breath pattern, which means 2 in front of the hero and then 2 more. Or excuse me, 3 more in front of that. So he's going to hit Kumaya with that, which now means that all conditions are removed from Kamaya, and she cannot gain new conditions this round either, including the mark condition. So Game Slayer is now, as a result, going to change his target over to Blue Yami. Remember that when you declare the worship, you're not targeting, which means the Game Slayer is free to select the target after. No, there's Enter the Void. All right, so 4 damage to Red Yami. But a flip on the Void Palace or Enter the Void Palace there means that it was not in his hand, which means we're not going to see it out of Game Slayer at the very least. Blue Yami down to 12 HP. Now going to go ahead for the skirmish action. So is Game Slayer just going to try and dogpile as much damage as possible onto Blue Yami before Red Yami dies? No, we are going to run like the coward we are. So we are going to skirmish away then.
And moving.
And the last action has to be a move.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Yami's going to play Wind Blast. All right, so Wind Blast is going to allow, finally, some action to happen over there. Place the AoE. It is a 2x2 AoE on the target hex. Deals 2 damage to each enemy hit, including minions. So in this scenario here, we're going to do a little bit of damage to a couple minions. Destroy 3 of them here. And so therefore, that lane will finally get pushing. Of course, because the control token is still in the neutral position, it's not actually going to hurt the tower at all, which means that it is impossible to have Nexus damage that side. But,
okay,
I mean, you could set up for an invasion. Would be my guess. I mean, that token's going to go against the tower. If Bearcat does nothing about it, token 2 will be at least against the tower.
Yeah, 3 minions removed, so you win by 3, and you're going to be adjacent to the tower. But it's going to be easy to move for Bearcat to move his Hokusai there. Maybe no, it's not 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's easy. You just move skirmish lead.
I mean, the other thing too is Hokusai. Honestly, Hokusai can just skirmish, worship, kill Yami, and then lead in the dome. So like, I don't even think Bearcat cares about lane 2. To be honest, like we said, at the worst, Bearcat loses the tower at the end of round 5, and by that point, the game is basically over, anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't think Bearcat cares about this at all, to be honest. All right, Blue Yami gonna play Quick Shot. Which means that we're not going to see any super wild plays out of Yami here, it looks like. So Yami, I assume, then will move through the other minion. Although then she can't end adjacent to one of the heroes, so maybe not. Going to worship. Okay, we're going to worship on whom? Kumaya, it looks like? +1 damage there, deals 1 damage to Kamaya. Yep. All right, so Kamaya is going to continue to be marked. And let's see what else we have here. We've already seen Kneel Before Me on the flip for Bearcat. Okay, we see a +1 on the Rampant Hatred for the attack action. Deals 2 damage to Kamaya. Again, even though she is marked, Hokusai cannot see her, and so does not have the -1 armor value.
Okay, and okay, what did we miss? A warship, quick shot, warship, and
an attack.
Ooh, okay, how did the Blue Yami get behind the outsider? I missed that one.
Oh, yep. Wait a minute. That's not right. So it was worship, attack, move is what it was. Interesting. sending Blue Yami into the dome.
Yeah, so he makes sure that he wins the dome and can use Hogosai for the lane number 2 if necessary.
Yep. Interesting. Okay. Huh.
Gameslayer did flip the Void Palace? Or who did flip the Void Palace?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Okay.
Bearcat did not, though, so there's still a chance. We still have a chance.
Yeah. Would be maybe an option.
Yeah, because Bearcat is actually down to 2 cards in his deck, and just going to search one more time. Yep, there is no Into the Void Palace in his discard, which means there is a 2/3 chance that it is in his hand. Which, of course, is not 50-50.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
We upgraded our statistics.
We did. Woo! Yay. Man, I thought I was done with statistics for the semester. I was wrong. All right, so Gameslayer is now going to activate. So Hogosai is going to activate. Hogosai declaring an attack action. Interesting. +2 on the attack. Deals 4 damage to Kumaya.
Yes.
Did she get remarked and it's just not showing up on the screen?
She's not being marked, no.
So that should have been 3 damage, yes? Or did Hogosai play... No, Hogosai didn't play a clear mind. He flipped a +2. He flipped a Release the Spirits.
4. So that's 4 -1 armor.
Or did Kumaya have 10 HP before this? Am I getting things mixed up here with the other Kumaya? I think the other Kumaya had 10 HP. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't want to...
I hate mirror matchups. It's so confusing. Oh, well. All right, so we are now going to skirmish. So the fact that there's a skirmish action from this means that there's no Rampant Hatred because you would have played that before skirmishing. Oh, no!
Supernova.
Ugh. Wait, no, he did 3 damage to her. Okay, so she did have 11. So wait, why is he dealing 3 damage to her? She's not marked. I have to be missing something here. What am I missing?
That's not okay.
Is there some effect on the board that I'm just not seeing? I apologize. I must be missing something here, but I just can't figure out what it is. I mean, the other option is that there's a misplay and that they think that she's still marked, but I don't think that's the case. So what am I missing? Oh, well. All right, Hogosai finishes off with a lead action from the hand here. So in this situation, Gameslayer actually potentially going for a possible invasion play. Kumaya versus Kumaya here. So in this situation, I don't think that Bearcat would play Into the Void Palace if he has it, because he needs to keep his Kumaya on the field as she needs to lead. I guess Hogosai could also lead, so potentially, actually, you could Void Palace Red Kumaya, so that actually might not be a bad idea. As that would result in Bearcat winning the lane by 1 if they both led with 3s. All right, so we're going to kill the minion there, or now by 2, I guess, now that minion's dead. So, dead minion from the attack action. Now he's going to... move, skirmish. Do something?
Yes, please.
It would help if you use the attack actions, Bearcat! Come on, man, you're killing me! All right, and we also have a second report in as Grey Ghost has defeated Turbo Color via obstinacy on turn number 3. David Turbo Color's team was Hogosai, Miyuki, Yami, and Sakoshi. And Grey Ghost ran Cytheru, Habarat, Shadris, and Ekrit. Congratulations to Grey Ghost. And Jacobo saying, come on, Italy, stand up and fight. as that is now 2-0 in the USA versus Italy unofficial sidebar competition. One of the great things about this world tournament is we do have the main tournament, but we have at least 5 different sidebar things going on unofficially or semi-officially on the side there. One of them, of course, being how will...
Reading my messages.
Indeed, yes. I just lost my train of thought. No problem. Including the fantasy draft and how will things play out in the kind of country representation.
Okay. World Series.
Yeah, I saw your point about the AoE things, and for some reason, the answer I am assuming is I need more caffeine. I thought that if I placed the AoE template, it would only show up on my screen, which is actually not how that happens at all.
You're welcome.
Oh my! It's 11:15 in the morning here for me, so I can't even claim that I'm like up at some ungodly hour and that my brain isn't functioning. It's just my brain is just not functioning.
Okay.
Okay. So what else is new? All right, Kamaya is going to go here.
Yeah.
Continuing skirmish action. Oh, we flipped the deck.
Okay.
All right.
It's not the table. That's fine. I'm fine with that one.
Flip decks, not tables, people.
Yeah, please. Did we have an eye on the background timer or countdown, let's say, for the game? As I didn't really keep up on this one. But maybe Giacomo or Ricardo, who are watching the stream, of course, always, and paying attention, will let us know how much time is left.
So Ricardo said, and so it begins at 10:13. So I know that we get 90 minutes for a round. You get 70 minutes plus the 20-minute extension. So we are coming up on about 60 minutes here, about 63 minutes. Although apparently if you go over the time, we have what we'll call Ricardo-induced hyper mode. And so what that means is if you don't finish the game within the 90-minute time limit, Ricardo is going to come in and apparently do something that will make the game go very fast to making activations last only a few seconds. Yeah, I'm terrified of what that is.
Yeah, he is just going to push the fast forward button, I think. I don't know how this works out, but I assume it's like a fast chess. Like Ricardo's jumping in. Oh yeah, I know what you're going to do. No, you play this card, then you're playing this card, and then you're moving with the army, and then you're killing him, and then you win by. Okay, it's over. And nobody knows what he was cheating again for.
That is very fair. Every hero comes with their own passive ability. Ricardo's is probably the most powerful at all. I call it Rule Shifter, where he just changes the rules on the fly, and you have to adapt to him.
Oh yes, we need a hero. We need a Ricardo hero that just flies
in. Oh my god, can you imagine that? That would be amazing. What if all right, to the chat, if Ricardo was a Skytear hero, what would his rune colors be? What would his faction be? What would his secondary rune color be? Go.
Yeah. His ultimate, we already know. He just bends the rules as necessary.
Yes. Rules change as appropriate.
Yeah, sorry, Giacomo. I didn't pay attention when we did start, but yeah, about 15 minutes sounds good, Ricardo. Mm-hmm. Before you join angry the game to speed it up.
All right. Although as it stands, oh, there it is! Yes.
Enter the void.
So it begins. The Void Palace. So the Void Palace is Kamaya's alternate battlefield. She sends someone there using the card Enter the Void Palace. You see the Void Palace card being placed there. Void Palace is an alternative battle realm here where you place Kamaya and the target hero on the 2 hexes in the Void Palace card. So they are now locked into that field until either a hero dies or Kamaya takes the worship action. While she's activated there, so not this turn but next turn, she will get +2 attack and the frenzy buff. When they leave the Void Palace, any heroes in the Void Palace get placed adjacent to each other and a dome on the main battlefield. So importantly, that means, so we're just going to use this for a repositioning. Bearcat, what the heck? So using this here, So now we're going to defend lane 2 while making red Hokusai completely useless. So basically,
Yes.
Bearcat used that as a giant teleportation card. Everyone get your Pepe hands and your Sages in chat, as we will not have any mano-a-mano combat. Bearcat, my excitement went from 0 to 100 to -50. I'm disappointed.
Okay, and he would still be losing on lane number 2 by 2, right?
In theory.
Oh, in practice right now. Theory only if he wouldn't move Hogosai over there.
So he can easily send Blue Hokusai over there to lead and support, and then end up pushing the token further against the tower.
Yeah. And we have a proposal by Giacomo
Oh dear.
in terms of the Ricardo. This is a clue. In terms of the Ricardo hero, so he would be going into the game yellow with the
That
yellow
does make
rules.
sense. He bends the rules and bends time. So I would agree with that. So does that mean then, in that case, Giacomo, since does that mean that he gets like a discount on playing yellow cards since he only gets one color? Like all yellow cards cost
Oh, please
-1?
no. Oh,
And
please no.
if so, does that mean I can play first round Wind Blasts if I have the Skytear Flux? Little bit of that.
Yeah, and you can play in round your ultimate in round number 2 because he's bending the rules.
That is very true. Let the opponent set up during round 1 so I can figure out what the state is. Boom, change the rules round 2 so that plan no longer works.
Yes.
Good point. All right. So interestingly enough here, Yami is still going to die, red Yami, because what's going to happen now here is Bearcat just throws Hokusai over to defend lane number 2, wins the control of Dome 3 with the Outsider. The Outsider spawns right next to Yami, says, "What up, girl?" and then punches her straight into oblivion. So red Yami is almost certainly going to die during the minion phase. That'll give 1 point on Tamer plus an obstinacy token, and Yami would resurrect in round numero 5.
See. Okay, Giacomo thinks he's going to change the mana as he likes.
Okay, that's fair also. I mean, to be fair, if your ability is to change the rules, then I guess that changing the mana would be part of the rules, so that makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. Just choose whatever you like.
Yeah. It's like the Dungeon Master. It's like, hey, you know what? I really want to use a Beholder, but the party's only level 3, so we'll just change the Beholder to be a little bit weaker, and bam, you're fighting a Beholder at level 3. Have fun, kids.
Yeah.
All right, meanwhile, nothing has happened on the board, so we can continue to ramble nonsensically. Are there any other battle reports? Let's see. Let's check the battle reports, see if we can update our players on anything else that has taken place. I do see some more activity. Let's see. Julio Cesar has defeated Eric, actually, with Onslaught in turn number 3. Julio brought Akimo, Yami, Hokusai, Cytheru. Eric brought Brilvar, Freyhill, Astrida, and Ekrit. Oh my god.
Whoa. Oh, I only have got 20 messages. Well, perfect.
Yep.
Wow, yeah. Impressive. Really impressive.
Indeed.
This is, tournaments. Okay, so still everybody thinking about what to resolve? Oh, come on, guys.
Ricardo is coming for you.
Yeah.
You won't like him when he's angry. Ricardo, stop wasting time. Neri is coming for you. Of course, we do want to balance the fact that we do need the game going with the fact that this is the World Championships, and in this we are kind of the state where every action does matter here. So in this case, you do need to think about this carefully. We did talk about kind of the precarious situation that Gameslayer is in here. Yami is certainly dead at this case. One misfire move here probably could just spell the end of the game entirely for him.
Absolutely.
So
And
we don't want to rush you too much, but Ricardo is coming for you.
yeah, inevitable.
I am Legion.
Oh man.
Let's go for it. Wow, how many years ago is
Tick
that?
tock, tick tock, yeah.
Oh God, we were talking about playing 80s pop music yesterday in the stream.
Oh
We
yeah,
weren't getting copyrighted. Oh goodness. Oh man, I feel old.
We were talking about that seriously. People, seriously, we were talking about that. So
we were going to bomb you guys with a mixture of bad dance pop, so that would have been like 80s American pop plus like modern day K-pop, just to see how fast everyone abandons the channel from those two genres.
Don't forget about the 90s Eurodance music that I proposed.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, thank you. And the 90s Eurodance. Like, we figured between those three genres, we would only need about 3 or 4 songs before our viewership dropped to 1. And that would just be because I have the stream open to make sure everything's running fine.
Perfect.
But unfortunately, DMCAs and copyrights are a thing, so we are not allowed to do that. Yeah, feels bad, man.
So we are just going to use from time to time the wonderful music that Palmer provided for us for Skytear.
Yes.
And yeah, we're really thankful. Yeah, and we're really thankful for that. Let them know via chat. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That the timer is
could you please? Down, so. Yeah, I can't. So could you?
Not a problem.
And they're really thinking about what could be the right way. So it's Gameslayer's turn that we are waiting for.
Correct.
And
yes.
I can, I mean, we can really see him handing over every possible option, or thinking about every possible option.
Yep.
And yeah, what is happening? Yeah, Jared, we are waiting for something to happen because this could be maybe the last or one of the last decisive moves or activations here by the heroes, and Gameslayer really needs to think about what he's going to do and how his options are going to be. So yeah, it's a really big tension right now in the game. And yeah, we are trying to get into contact to them as Ricardo is already on the move.
So one of the things from what was going on here is that they're doing a ruling issue, and the question was does the outsider causing Yami to worship cause a tamer kill? And I believe that Ricardo did rule that the answer to that was yes. If the divine conduit ability is used as the outsider from the outsider, and then Yami kills through the worship action as a result of that it classifies that as a tamer kill.
Okay, and there he's going.
Unless,
he's activating
of course,
Kumaya, taking an attack action against a minion, killing the other minion by a quick shot, moving and leading from hand. Moving to the dome and leading from hand.
I just want to double check this real fast.
Yeah, this is what I'm remembering as well.
Yeah, I'm just double checking, but I'm almost positive that that's what the issue is here.
Okay.
Or did we actually not implement that? Because I know that this was definitely one of the things that was under contention, but I'm almost positive. So Giacomo or Ricardo, stop me real fast if that's the case. But I'm pretty certain that that if Divine Conduit is used on Yami and then Yami worships on Yami, that is classified as a tamer kill.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was the last time that I let's see.
Okay, so Hogosai. Okay, Hogosai did use his worship action against Kumaya, I suppose. And now he's playing. Okay, he's playing Provoke the Beast. And I think he wants to attack Kumaya, who is down to 1 HP. And I don't know who did play the Psychic Shield. Was it a Psychic Shield? Hello?
Hello.
Okay. I think you lost connection to the
Are
game.
you still in the game?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so it's just me. That's good though. If it's
Okay.
just me, that's okay. Also, anyways, I was double checking the rules here, and as of 11/24/2020, which is after the Endless Sun release.
Just a second. It looks like we've got a Tamer win here. Yeah. As through Provoke the Beast, he got the Bearcat got the kill against Kumaya and is going to win the dome and therefore is going to kill Yami in the minion phase.
Okay, very good. Yep. Okay. Yep. Thank you. And Ricardo does confirm it, just as I did find the ruling.
Yeah.
Phew. Okay, I didn't do anything wrong.
Pew. So
we've lost you. What's going on?
Yeah. Hello there.
Good game.
GG.
I'm waiting for Bearcat to come in. Then I'm going to start yelling.
Please try not to.
Hello. Okay. What the hell?
Congratulations.
How does he flip 2 +3s and a +2 after flipping +3s all game against me?
He just didn't stop.
Got him.
He flipped so many +3s.
We were saying that. Yeah, that was also, by the way, we apologize to everyone wearing headphones right now. You might need to see an ear doctor.
The one thing I had was that he had no +3s left in hand. So he had to let me win the dome or kill me. And he chose to try for a Provoke the Beast greed, and I was like, I can punish this with Psychic Shield. No!
Got him.
No! If that had failed, I had won the Outsider. Oh my god, I might have made a comeback.
So real quick, because I have a friend watching who doesn't know this game very well, I won via Tamer, and I don't think that was clear.
No, we did announce it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was slightly mixed up at the end there, as I was triple checking the rules interpretation, because I was pretty sure that we had ruled it such that Yami would get the kill if Divine Conduit was used to make her take a worship action, but I was like frantically searching through the rules, and then my game disconnected me from the lobby.
Yeah,
but we did register that the Tamer kill, that the Tamer condition was the victory.
So yeah, that was tight, man. That was very
That was a very
close.
good game.
Well, I made I guess a mistake at the start when I chose to go first, thinking that we were going to have a dome brawl, and then you changed the rules on me completely.
No, I like playing flip decks and then going for control. It's a terrible strategy.
I unfortunately just didn't draw anything to use with Skytear Flux.
Yeah, my main...
I had the Wind Blast option available to me round 2, but I didn't take it. Because I felt I needed to kill Miyuki then and get some revenge.
My hope was that I was able to get enough pressure in lane 1 to get invasion, and then you would just kind of forget about lane 2, but and then I'd be able to run over Hokusai with my last activation and just steal it with a +3 lead.
Unfortunately, your deck was a lot better than mine against this mirror match specifically.
I think Miyuki makes a huge difference.
Miyuki does make a huge difference. You had the decrees, you had the provokes. I didn't have provoke.
I got 1 in my hand the whole game.
And I figured you might
pretty
have.
well.
I didn't bring my hero with the provokes on him, the Sakoshi, because I was like, hey, I'm just going to draw the dome every round.
Yeah, so here was my hand at the end that I'd been sitting on like the whole game with no way to use it. So I have my 2 dead cards. That
you have 1 time glitch.
Well, Yami sometimes needs to go fast.
Okay, so when there was 5 cards left in the deck, I looked through his entire deck and I was like, right, okay, here's what I think you have in your hand. You have a Release the Spirits, and I didn't draw any of my Release the Spirits, by the way. I brought my Akimo, didn't draw any Release the Spirits. That was sucky against Miyuki as well. He has double Decree of Kurumo. I get 0 Release the Spirits. So.
I think you might have been miscounting. I think you were forgetting about the Release the Spirits that Hokusai played, because I didn't have 1 in hand.
Okay. So I was like, you have Release the Spirits, you have Shatter Mind, you have Provoke the Beast, and you have a Barring the Way. And then it's like, he flips over Time Glitch, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? No! Time Glitch was not one of the options I gave you!
Oh, man.
Oops.
Everything is wrong. You play pairs of everything, and you play one-offs. What's going on?
All right, well, remember, of course, that this is double elimination, so now you are going to be able to be the King Lord Master of the Ashen Pass, Game Slayer. Bearcat, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I can't believe you flipped all those.
Not to be too abrupt here, but we are going to go ahead and end this game here as we are going to move to the next round here. So the next featured stream up, we are still selecting the player names, or I have just not been told of them, but our commentators will be Shane Ruman and Matthias G. Will be taking care of you guys, so please stay tuned with us. We'll be back with round number 2 and more Skytear action in just a moment. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.